Hi, soulmates. Welcome to another beautiful talk. This is another year, and we're so grateful to be here today. Okay, so this is the start of another year, and I know a lot of fashion designers, a lot of tailors are worried about a lot of things. But we're just going to mention one thing that some tailors, not every tailor, some tailors are worried about. Some are worried about number one on the list is, especially if you're working from home, should I go get a shop or should I stay in the house? And some others are already in the shop and wondering, should I go back to the house or remain at the shop? For those ones, I think you are the best in the best position to answer that question for yourself. If your business is not giving you what you want, you know the best decision to take. You've been the one running the business, and so we do not have much talk about that. If you're to move back from where you're starting from, or to remain where you are, or to look for another location. Here in this video, we're going to be talking about those who are still in the house and now they're deciding, should I get a shop or should I stay where I am? Or those who just finished learning fashion designing just last December and are wondering, should they get a shop or stay in the house? Now, I want us to understand that there are two categories of people who stay in the house. I call them some having home office and others sewing from home. So, if you're in the category of having home office, you have enough space for your business. The difference is that your business is not along the road, and then you have a place where you live in the apartment or in the flat where your business is located. So those ones I don't actually see them as working from home. They are just making them their activity easier for them or expenses simplified for them by staying where their business is. So you can be staying in a place where your business is located and still call it working from home. A lot of fashion designers do that. So if you're going to be getting an apartment and you want to stay where your business is, that's okay. That's for financial convenience and for proximity as well. So that's a different thing. Now, focusing on the other side of people who are working from home. Now, deciding if you're to get a shop or remain where you are, or even though you're about to start, this is my advice for you. A lot of factors need to be considered. Now, there is nothing bad in getting a shop as a new person, right? As someone who is about starting a business. It's not a bad idea if you're to get a shop, right? But the thing is, you need to consider some factors, you need to consider some things before you go get a shop. Can you rent the shop? Do you have the capacity to pay the bills that come along with the shop by yourself? Okay, even if someone volunteers to pay for the first year, can you be able to pay for the second year? Can your business gather money conveniently to pay for the second year? At the present moment, can you pay for 2 years of wherever you're getting the shop? 2 years without running entirely out of cash. It's not enough to save money for 3 4 years just to get a shop, and after a year or two you'll not be able to renew the rent. That will not be fine. Okay, so before you go get a shop, make sure you have the financial capability to rent the shop by yourself and be able to maintain it at least the next rent when it expires, before you begin to expect that your business is going to give you money to pay the subsequent rent. Business is a two-way thing. It can go up, it can go down. So if you're able to pay for the first rent, you're not relying on the money you're going to get the next, as the rent is going to pay for the next year. You need to be able by yourself at this time be able to pay for at least 2 years rent, so that no matter what happens, you're sure that within these 2 years you'll be able to figure out yourself in the location where you're going and be sure that the business is doing well in order to pay for the next rent. Okay. Now, another thing I need you to consider is how good you are with your handwork. Are you still managing to come up with some basic things? Are you an expert? Can you handle your job very well without having to think twice on what to do and what not to do? Can you Are you up to date with current trends or what people in your location will be needing? You need to be sure that you've mastered, especially for those who just finished learning. You need to sit down and master what you've gone to school to learn. It's not enough to just do your assignment and submit, and your teacher tells you it's fine. You're just sewing for yourself, you've not mastered sewing for other people. If you're in this category, I would suggest that you sit back in the house, or better still, get a job. It doesn't matter if they're going to pay you millions or thousands or whatever, but make sure you get a place where you know that they are doing quite well. So as you work for them, you're equally learning. Give yourself some time to master the arts of fashion designing, so that whatever happens when you get a shop, you'll be able to handle it well. It will be so frustrating that you've not mastered your handwork very well, and then you go get a shop where you have different people coming in to get something for themselves, and you keep damaging or not meeting up with their requirements. It's going to be really frustrating for you. Okay, so if this is where you are at the moment, it's not okay at this point to go get a shop. Stay in the house, get people to work to sew for, or go get a job in a fashion house or in a fashion school or whatever it is, the channel where you're heading to. Go get a job and learn very well from them while still working for them. If they pay you, fine. If they don't pay you, don't bother. You know what you're going there to do. Now, at this moment, if you've agreed that you're going to get a shop, you have the financial ability, you have the skill, the good skill that you need to go get a shop, right? And one thing I need you to bear in mind is that location matters a lot. Don't listen to what anybody is telling you. If you're going out to work with people, please go where you will be seen. It doesn't matter if you have the best handwork in this world. If you're not where you're going to be seen, you're going to have issues. If you're working from home, that's a different thing altogether. You need other marketing skills as well to get people that you're going to be sewing for. But now you're paying extra money to be in a shop. Please be in a busy place. Be in a place where you will showcase what you're doing, and many eyes will see it. As many eyes that are seeing it, that is how many people are coming to you to get a job, one or two done. Don't hide yourself with your money. Okay, you don't pay for rent for your shop and then hide yourself because you believe you're going to get referrals. Referrals are good, fine. They are very an avenue to getting customers that believe in you. But there is a place of people walking in. You might surprise you that somebody may not walk in, but seeing that you're displaying something on your shop, the person is already telling another person about you. Okay, so if you're going to get a shop, please and please get it where it is right. Do not get it in an isolated place, except that is where your money can lead you. But if not, get a shop in a busy place, in a location that is well to do, where people will see what you're doing and make sure that your handwork is good. So it's not good if they see it and at the end of the day you're not giving them what they want. Okay, now as you're going to get this shop, you have to put other things into consideration. We've talked about finance, but have it at the back of your mind that finance is not just the rent that you're going to pay. You have other expenses, other levies from government, from communities, from people all round. You have other expenses. You have double to pay. You pay for the house, you pay for the rent, except you have someone paying for the house. Okay, so that aside, we've talked about location. You need to get it to where it is right for you, and then you need to up your skill. It is very, very important. Now, other skills that I need you to get is customer relations skill. You need to have this at the back of your mind that each customer behaves differently. So you don't take the way you relate to one customer and bring it to another customer, right? You might be having issues with different customers. So you need to learn communication, you need to learn discipline, you need to learn customer relations, you need to learn how to deal with people, people of all sorts, people of all kinds, depending on the category of fashion that you're dealing with or the category of people that you want to be your clients. You need to learn to deal with them individually. Okay, so if it means reading book, but then the book may not give you everything that you need, this is something that comes with experience. So if you're a new person, I would suggest to go get some knowledge from people who are already in the system by way of working for them. If you've been someone who is already, you've dealt with so many people, you should have some experience on how to deal with different people, different clients, and what they need. And of course, before you get a shop, it is necessary, especially if you do not have anybody you're sewing for, if you do not have money at the moment, even though you can pay for a shop, I would suggest that you stay around within your locality, in your house, to look for how to get clients before you go get a shop, because it's not a guarantee that if you display something in front of your shop, especially depending on the location, that you're going to attract new people. Okay, you might get a shop and the people that know you for the next 6 months will be people that you already know. People that know you may be the ones referring people to you. Okay, so yeah, whereby you do not know anybody, you don't have any clients at the moment, you might find it difficult to keep up with the rents, with the expenses, with the business, and all of that, right? So if you do not have any clients, it is good that you stay in the house, build your clients, do some marketing online, offline. There are different ways to get customers, when even though you're in the house, build those people, so that when you go out, go get in the shop, you'll be able to tell them, I have moved to this place, you people, this is where you're coming to meet me. Okay, you'll be able to keep up until you're able to attract new people. It's not a guarantee that you move to shop today and then people will locate you and start coming to give you jobs to do. You might stay a long time before you get even one person coming in to get a job done by you. Okay, so it's not a guarantee. If staying in the house is what will give you the clients, please stay and get some clients. At the same time, master your skills so that when you move out, it will not be difficult for you. Okay, so if this is you considering to get a shop, you need to factor in all of these suggestions, weigh it, and see if it is necessary for you to get this shop that you've been desiring to get. It's 50-50. You might get it and you're fine. You might get it and you're not fine. But even though you're not fine, you've learned your lessons. So when you're starting out the second time, but we don't pray for that, you'll be able to know what is working and what is not working. Failure is not failure, okay? There is something you're learning from it, and in the subsequent time, you'll be able to move along with it. So I hope this meets you very well. I hope it makes sense to you. Who is considering to get a shop? Decide today, should I get this shop or should I not get a shop? Remember, there's nothing wrong in getting a shop, right? It boosts your visibility, and it gives you this feeling that you're actually in business. Okay, it helps you meet new opportunities, but we want to take calculated risk. Okay, don't just jump into it because you see it working for people. You need to calculate yourself very well before you move into it. So I wish you all the best in your journey and more money in your pocket. See ya.